Today I'm reviewing Super Sucker by Rizki Nanda, right here, right now, on Start Magic Reviews. Stick around. Welcome everyone to my channel. Thank you for spending some time with me for a magic product review. Today I'm reviewing Super Sucker. But before I get into the review, I'd like to address a few questions that I've been getting from my subscribers that have been with me since I started my channel. They've been asking, where the hell you been at? Well, I'm going to answer that question. It had to do with some family problems that I had here in my family. My dad, a few months ago, he was diagnosed with cancer a few years ago, and his treatment stopped working. So since my last upload, I've been busy with my dad finding him a new treatment. So now I have him in a treatment at MD Anderson in Houston, and he's in a clinical trial, and he's doing well. So that's where I've been. I wasn't performing magic, I wasn't reviewing magic. It completely consumed all of my time. So now that things have settled down and he's doing good, he's doing well, I'm back to reviewing magic. And in those months, well, quite a few months that I wasn't uploading any reviews and not performing, it made me realize just how much I miss magic and how much magic was a part of my life. I miss performing. The walk-arounds that I do at restaurants here where I live, the magic community, made a bunch of friends, and just not having magic in my life, I didn't realize how much magic really made me happy, and I missed it a lot. But I'm back now, and today we have a really good review on a good magic product. And before I go into the review, a big shout out to everyone at MD Anderson in Houston. Thank you so much, all the doctors, all the nurses, everyone that works there. You are great. Everything that you do there is wonderful, and God bless every single one of you. Now that we have that out of the way, let's get into the review. So what is Super Sucker? Super Sucker is a transformation effect where you explain to your spectator that you are going to give them something. And you start off with the age-old trick that I'm sure your grandfather did for you or your uncle did when you was much younger. You look at them and you reach behind their ear and remove a nickel, a US nickel. And they're not impressed with that. And you explain to them, I'm sure you wasn't impressed with that. So then you place the nickel in your hand and you tell them that you're going to reach into your pocket and remove a magic wand. So you reach into your pocket and you remove the magic wand, which is really the stick from a lollipop. So then you attach the stick to the US nickel and it sticks, okay? All of a sudden, it just changes instantly into a dum-dum lollipop, a red strawberry dum-dum lollipop. The kicker ending is that all of a sudden, you hand it to them completely wrapped. And that is Super Sucker. So what do you get for your $29.95 from your favorite Murphy's Magic dealer? Well, you're going to receive this package from Penguin Magic. That's where I bought this from. It comes from their P3 lineup. Penguin does a great job with their packaging. I mean, for storage, and it's just with the magnetic closure, they really do a great job in their packaging. I'm not giving anything away because this is shown on the Penguin Magic site. I'll just cover up because that's the download instructional video. You received a package with your Gimmick and one real Dum Dum Lollipop, strawberry. Also, you're going to get a download link that you can either stream or download. You're going to get Nick LaCapa from Penguin Magic in the Penguin Magic studio going over the instructional video. The video is 34 minutes and 17 seconds long. Like I said, which you can download or stream or download to your favorite device. Nick does a really good job of explaining how Super Sucker works. There's no music in the background, clear audio, and he does a great job of explaining this step by step on the instructional video. Nick LaCapa explains two different handlings, which I'll go over here in just a moment. Is it well made? The Gimmick is very well made. It reminds me, if you're familiar with another penguin magic effect, it came out a few years ago. I believe it was called Moneyball. That was the name of the effect, where you took a US quarter and you changed it into a rubber ball, which you can actually bounce and hand out to your spectator. The Super Sucker gimmick is very similar to the Moneyball effect. It is very well made, and you're going to get one Dum Dum Lollipop, as I showed you, strawberry. That's the way the effect works. Is there any DIY? Not really. There really isn't any DIY. Super Sucker comes ready to go completely out of the box. You'll be performing this just as soon as you watch the video. It's just going to take 20-30 minutes worth of practice, and because it's very simple to do and very visual. Like I said, there isn't any DIY. But Nicola Copa, in the instructional video, addresses this. The gimmick that you receive when you take the magic wand, which is a lollipop stick, and you attach it to the side of the gimmick, there is a hole drilled into the side of the gimmick, but it's only on one side. So when you reach into your pocket and remove the gimmick, you're not going to know whether the hole on the gimmick is on your right side or your left side until you take the gimmick out and the gimmick is in play. Now, as I said earlier in the video, he teaches you two different handlings to this effect. When the hole is on your right side, in my opinion, the effect is so much cleaner and just looks so much better. Now, he addresses the problem of what do you do when the hole is on the left side of the gimmick. It still looks good, it still looks visual, but again, as I said, in my opinion, it is so much cleaner and so much more, it just looks so much better when the gimmicked hole is facing your right side. Now, Nick explains in the instructional video that it would have been so much easier if, when they created the gimmick, if they would have drilled a hole on the left and right side. He addresses that problem, and I agree. It should have been on the left. What would it hurt to put another hole on the other side? He addresses that problem and explains that there is a way to, there isn't any DIY, there's just a small little thing that you could do to mark the gimmick, so that way when you have the gimmick in your pocket, just by feel, you'll know whether the hole, the twist the gimmick as you pull it out of your pocket to orientate the hole on the right hand side. It takes just a few seconds to do that. But again, I agree, it would have been so much simpler just to drill another hole on the left-hand side of the gimmick. But is there any DIY? In order to have the hole always on the right-hand side, the gimmick hole on the right-hand side of you, you will have to do just a small little thing which just takes 10 seconds. How are the sleights? With Super Sucker, there isn't any sleight of hand. It is very simple to do. It's very visual. The only thing is there's a small little, I wouldn't call it a sleight. It's really not. It's just a small little move that you have to do. But you could, if you didn't know any type of sleight of hand, you could do this. How hard is it to perform? As I said before, there's no sleights involved in Super Sucker. There's just a small move that you have to do. Like I said, you don't need to know sleight of hand. This is very simple to do. It's very visual. You're changing a US nickel into a red Dum Dum Lollipop, which you can hand out wrapped to your spectator that they can eat. It works well with adults and children. Just because it's simple to do and you need a very beginner level of magic in order to do Super Sucker. So don't overlook this just because it's so simple to do. It's very visual, and it's a great opening effect, in my opinion, to do with either children or adults. They both love it. It's great. How are the angles? The angles on Super Sucker are really well. You can do this almost completely surrounded. I wouldn't have anyone, of course, behind me, and since the gimmick is so small that you can pretty well have somebody standing on the side of you and they really wouldn't see anything. How's the reset? The reset, it's not instant. At the end of the effect, you'll be handing out the Dum Dum Lollipop to your spectator. So and at the end of the effect, the gimmick will be in your pocket, so you end clean. You will need another Dum Dum Lollipop in your pocket in order to do this effect. So you will need to buy more Dum Dum Lollipops for Super Sucker. It only comes with one, unless you don't plan on handing out the lollipop to your spectator, which I don't advise because it's really a great kicker ending that they're getting an actual real lollipop in their hand that they can eat. You will need to buy more Dum Dum Lollipops, and I believe you can get a package of like 25, I believe, at the dollar store, which will just cost you a couple of dollars. Who is Super Sucker for? Super Sucker 4 is a great effect for beginner, intermediate, professionals. It's great for walk around, close up. For stage, it's rather small. You're dealing with a US nickel size gimmick, and you're giving out a Dum Dum Lollipop, which is the kicker ending to this effect. So for stage, it's rather small, but for walk around, close up, it's an excellent effect. How much pocket space does Super Sucker take? Not very much. Like I said, it's a small nickel-sized gimmick, which doesn't take much pocket space at all, and of course just a room for a lollipop. So not much pocket space at all. The positives and the negatives for Super Sucker. Every trick's got positives and negatives. With Super Sucker, the positives are, number one, it's not a card trick. It's not a coin trick. It's a transformational effect where you're changing a US quarter into a Dum Dum Lollipop, which you can hand out to your spectator, which is really great. How about the negatives with Super Sucker? With Super Sucker, I could only think of two negatives, and like I said before, another hole drilled on the left-hand side of the gimmick would have been great, but it's not anything that should stop you from purchasing Super Sucker, because, like I said, there's a very simple way of marking it to where you could feel when it's your pocket to pull it out in the right orientation. And the second negative is, which really isn't a negative, is you're going to be buying a lot of Dum Dum Lollipops. Okay, so, and you do need strawberry because the gimmick is red. So, yeah, you could be buying a lot of Dum Dum Lollipops. So what's my take on Super Sucker? On Super Sucker, I'm giving it, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm giving it an 8. It's not a coin trick, it's not a card trick, it's a super visual, fun opening effect, in my opinion, and it works great with children or adults. They both love it. Let me also add that all the tricks that I review here on Stark Magic Reviews, I pay for out of my pocket. So that way I can give you honest, unbiased reviews about what I really think about the tricks that are being sold out there. I also have free magic trick giveaways each and every month. Matter of fact, we have a free magic trick giveaway coming up here at the end of May. And in order to be eligible, you need to be subscribed to my channel. Also, follow me on Instagram, where you will know beforehand, before I upload videos to this channel, what the review is about, and also the tricks that I have coming in the mail as they come in. So please subscribe to this channel, hit the notification bell. It doesn't cost you anything. I can't do these reviews and keep this channel going without any of you. So hit the notification bell, hit that subscribe button. Doesn't cost you anything, plus you can win free magic. So with all that out of the way, thank you so much for joining me here on Start Magic Reviews, and I will see you on the next one.